It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we're going to see Travis Etienne. There's a lot to like from his showing last week, well over 100 yards in a pair of scores. It's the Jaguars and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
The calendar may say autumn. The temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida, but the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, it's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
For everyone who expected the highly touted Trevor Lawrence to champion the Jaguars to instant success last season, well, they got a little bit of a reality check. Despite the struggles, though, he still took on a major leadership role within the locker room and among the team. He also flashed some of his considerable potential on the field, particularly in a defiant Week 18 win over Indianapolis that knocked the Colts out of the playoffs.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
On second down, Etienne once more. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Etienne. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 21. A first down throw for Mills. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Trayvon Walker in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Mills. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And that would be incomplete. Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Jaguars at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row. And
I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Lawrence on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Etienne. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Once more, ETN. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Mills on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Nico Collins with the Houston first down, something he did 22 times as a rookie for the Texans. Back here as a starter, hopes that last year's 446 yards are just the floor of what he can do.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 more there and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, look into that end zone real fast.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On play action, Mills. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, he shifts past him. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Hey, during the course of any game, you'll see tip passes. But how often do we actually see the running back come up and end up making the play?
Well, shifty fella getting in there and grabbing it.
Yeah, you know, they always talk about how running backs have a nose for the end zone. They have a nose for the ball, too. They want their hands at all times.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Lawrence will throw. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. Runs through the contact. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Well, coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket. Beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mills. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Mills now from the 50. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Mills throw there, taken in by Dorsett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down, Mills. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Again, it's Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard from 17 yards out as they have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now Etienne to start the drive. Yeah, he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Here's Lawrence. Tried for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Holding offense.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that
Still
one.
3rd down.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw is Mills. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devin Lloyd was there to force the incompletion. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, right back to ETN. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Patterson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks, you tell us, end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Mills throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
Man, it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Mills throw completed to Mechie. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing, Mills. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? Who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Mills. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Mills to the air again. Swings this out for Hunt. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills. And his throw is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And even 100 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Etienne once more. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Etienne up the middle. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Hey, Delta.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Patterson's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, Brandon, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Mills to throw it. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Duran Smoot getting in there, recording the sack.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
If you're sympathies lie with the defense. You understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Here's a give to Etienne. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs down the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston set to take over. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now Mills. And he coughed it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Mills on 1st down. That's complete. It's Collins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Going to be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Mills on 4th down. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. So quite a call there. They go on 4th and inches and wind up getting 5 yards.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. He gets this one to Mechie.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a toss running left, Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Foye Oluokun finding his way to the ball for a stop. A tackle for loss. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. On 2nd and 12, Mills. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, Mills. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. They'll complete this one to Collins. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Mills now. Now he steps it, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. K'Lavon Chaisson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, Right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
They run right side with Hunt. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. Touchdown! O.J. Howard with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. First down, Mills. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back in the pass protection, but he surprised him and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
But sometimes, Brent, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Lawrence on the sneak. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing now, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you want a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking the knee here.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Texans, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.